They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. They'll run with Sanders. Sanders shaking and baking. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down there on a pickup of 25.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. Here he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here come the Browns on offense with Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick at quarterback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And right away, he lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, there's the ball.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
But it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Eagles add on to their lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works out. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield, and the Eagles have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 19-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
They came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Right back to Sanders on first down. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. This Super Bowl, of course. It's just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon. He had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed, and he saw that his team...
And he's in! Touchdown, Eagles! It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. The first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll lose a yard there. It's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there.
Kick is good.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
It's nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That's good.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell, trump forward. Eagles have recovered.
There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you get defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
32-yard line.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Score Eagles 35. Browns nothing.
Here's Sanders. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option,
and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles continue to roll. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
and you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
And the route is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
32-yard line.
Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he fouled it. It's on the ground. I think the Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. So it goes as a fumble. But the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And a quick throw here that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Mayfield looks to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Taken from just outside the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the middle. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And he has enjoyed some solid groundwork, and some good holes have been created by the guys up front.
Almost get the sense that their game plan is working to perfection. What they worked on in practice all week, they just translated and taken it out onto the field in this ball game. And boy, they're liking what they're seeing.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Oh, it breaks another. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 more there, and another first down.
4 yards. That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. It's caught, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive. Poor punter. It wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
19 yards there, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. This is free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Point after here coming up. And the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
5-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute. I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On 1st and 10, Henderson. He's going to have the hook up to QT. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came up.
And this is caught in the end zone by Jalen Reagor. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Reagor as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
32-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. McDonald here over the middle. 30. 20. He's taken down deep in Philadelphia. the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be the Browns drive about to get started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
It's a gain of
all defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
And that's his 3rd sack, and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy, 3 sacks for the Panthers against Denver in Super Bowl 50.
He loses the football a second time. And the Eagles have recovered.
Mayfield's pass complete. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
All fumbles are costly, but that one really hurts because he had the first down.
Yeah, that's all he needed, right? But the problem is we coach these guys to try and get more, but that doesn't count if you don't bring the ball with you, does it?
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's their quarterback with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles are pouring it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, he's got him in the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that where you get symptomatic?
Yeah. Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
They run again on first down, Chubb. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 39, Mayfield. And this one complete right side to Funchess. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And across the midfield, stripe into Eagle territory.
Again, the ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 40-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. First down, Mayfield. And the Eagles have recovered.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in how their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He was brought down by Denzel Ward. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 44-yard line.
Another run with Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they get a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 13-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. Mayfield on 1st down. Thrown over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He's got Hooper on the short connection. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Austin Hooper.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Funches with a catch over the middle. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.